Hi, I'm Richard Holcomb, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. Today you'll meet some lovely folks living at Beehive Homes and see why we call them America's greatest generation. Then we'll tour New Mexico's newest and most up-to-date medical facility, UNM's Sandoval Regional Medical Center. Griffin & Associates has embraced new media and is seeing dramatic results for their clients. But first, let's take a look at an organization that's restoring hope to families and individuals in need, St. Felix Pantry.
Sister Genevieve had the vision, really. She was the visionary for this, and she started going around and collecting food at different stores and was giving it out from the trunk of her car, and that continued to grow, the number of people that she saw had the needs, and so then she started to give the food out of the back door of the pantry in their kitchen area. And again, the numbers continued to grow, and so they knew that they had to do something more to continue to meet the need and expand what they're doing. So they came and found this building and have made necessary changes in it in order to continue to carry on that work of the pantry, and that started in 1992. We couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. We have about 100 volunteers here, and we have them come from all walks of life. And some of them come originally as community service workers and find that they love the work here and they stayed. Actually, our director of operations had to come here to do that very thing.
As director, I oversee pretty much everything here. My drivers, the trucks going out, the drivers, the opening of the doors, all the volunteers. I have about 110 volunteers here. Maintenance, the safety, all the food regulations, whatever needs to be done, pretty much I'm the guy to come to. I just love helping people.
I've met people that are very, really nice. A lot of them are older people, some are younger people, but they all have one thing in common, is they have a need, they're hungry. And it gives me pleasure to be able to assist and prepare some food so they can take something home. I guess it just fulfills something that I needed to do.
It's kind of infectious in terms of people coming, and as they serve, seeing the people the needs are being met and what we do to help support them and encourage them, because we don't only give them food, we give them hope, and we give them love and respect for who they are and their dignity. We help to restore their dignity, so there's many more things that they get rather than just food and clothing when they come. This event, our Thanksgiving dinner, has been going on for many years, and we've been graciously allowed to use the McDonald's here in Rio Rancho on Rio Rancho Boulevard in 528 by Julian Garza, who's the owner, and he's been really supportive of us in that endeavor. And last year we served 962 people, and this year we're looking at probably 1,000 or maybe more.
The Felician Convent is really close to my McDonald's business, and I became friends with the Felician sisters. And one day it occurred to me that the best way that I could help them in getting some recognition around the community would be to partner with them and serve the dinners here. I love what they do. I believe in St. Felix Pantry. I believe in what Sister Genevieve started, and I continue to promote that wherever I go.
We invite people to get involved with St. Felix Pantry because I look at it as a double blessing. They are blessed because they are helped others, and they get blessed because they are making a difference in the lives of people within this community and throughout the state of New Mexico.
Up next, compassion, dignity, and a loving home.
Hi, I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the owner of American Tire and Service. Do you know what makes a great mechanic? Training is mighty important. Certification? You bet. But do you know what really makes a great mechanic? Heart. It's a passion that drives the mechanic to do the right thing every time. We've been helping people like you for over 25 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
As we and our loved ones age, it's heartwarming to know that there are caregivers like Beehive Homes, providing a compassionate, loving environment for the elderly to live in dignity.
It was an evening fellowship, and what I thought was, there is nobody like her.
Well, there was a special magnetic attraction.
Oh my, yes.
It wasn't long, and after I talked to him, then I kind of knew he was special. We had never been apart since 1951 when we got married. Back in March of 2011, we went for a checkup and they explained that he would do better in a facility where there was medical care. He lived in the nursing home and I stayed in the condo back here and would drive to see him every day. That was the first Christmas we had been separated, so that was kind of a rough time.
She has been such a kind and loving trooper.
We had a little trouble finding the assisted living places, one that would take both of us, because it's a challenge for them to take husband and wife. This place provides us to be able to do that. We really were tickled when they said we could live together. We were kind of used to being together, and so it had to work. And it has, yeah. Care for me is to live with my husband.
Care is living face to face and day by day with my wife. Care is Beehive Homes.
Openings now available in our Hobbs home. Over the next several weeks, the Association of Commerce and Industry will be in Santa Fe working with legislators to get approval for the Right to Work bill.
Thank you for joining us today. We're with the New Mexico Association of Commerce and Industry, and we serve as the New Mexico Chamber of Commerce. In this capacity, we represent all business, large and small, all geographic sectors, and all industry sectors.
One of the great things about ACI is the truly grassroots fashion in which we develop our policy priorities. All of our policies come straight from our member businesses, and we work very closely with businesses who are members of ACI through policy committees and other ways, so that when we go to Santa Fe or go to the legislative session and we're advocating for policy priorities, the things we're advocating for come straight from businesses who approach us saying what it would be better to do to help business in New Mexico.
In fact, we actually got other business associations together to say, what are the top priorities for business in this upcoming legislative session? What is it that we need to do to be able to create jobs and retain those that we have? So stay with us as we talk about this very important subject, right to work. Joining us now is Ray Smith, president of Klinger Constructors. Ray, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
You know, Ray, we're talking about right to work. Could you just give us your opinion why this is such an important thing for New Mexico?
It's really important because it checks a box. It allows the site selection people to say, we're right to work, and they can bring jobs here. Right now, 50% of the companies that might expand or bring new jobs to New Mexico won't even consider the state because we're not right to work.
You know, one of the things we hear is that states that are right to work have lower wages, or at least that's what the opposition says. What do you know about that?
Absolutely not true. I've actually done a lot of research on this subject, and states that have right to work have higher payrolls and higher wages.
Well, and one thing that we're hearing as well, and I know in your day-to-day business you work a lot with unions, is that this is an anti-union bill.
It's not an anti-union bill. This is actually a pro-jobs bill. That's all it is. It costs nothing, and it'll bring more private sector union jobs and private sector merit shop jobs, period. If the pie grows, everybody's piece of that pie grows. And we need to start thinking about this in terms of that same visual. If there are more union jobs, there'll be more private sector jobs for both sides.
Well, and I think it's a great point that right to work will help us diversify our economy. And in doing that and growing jobs, it really helps all of us. Thanks again, Ray, for joining us about this important topic.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Coming up, high tech and high touch.
We'd like to invite you to First Tuesdays, a networking event created specifically for business owners and executives.
Giving you the opportunity to interact on a personal level with business people just like you.
4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar for free hors d'oeuvres, happy hour cash bar,
and networking with fellow business owners and executives.
It's new, it's social, it's your opportunity to make new connections, build relationships, and share new ideas with your peers.
No pressure, no speakers, no roster, and no rules.
And name tags with first names only, so the focus is on you rather than your company.
It's First Tuesdays for business owners and executives, 4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar.
To register, visit firsttuesdaysabq.com. Be there!
Need office space? 3791 Southern Boulevard in Rio Rancho represents an outstanding value in office space in the heart of Rio Rancho's business district. With clean and versatile space available, 3791 Southern Boulevard is a 2-story office building and offers good visibility with signage opportunities for tenants. There's only one suite of up to 2,700 square feet still available, so act now. For more information, call David at 505-259-3706.
Looking for something fun to do in Albuquerque? Look no further. ABQ365.com is your resource for things to do in ABQ. From food and wine to local culture to sporting events, ABQ365 has something for you to do every day of the year. Check out the 365 days of events. Get out and enjoy all that Albuquerque has to offer. Go to ABQ365.com and make your plans today. Let's check out Rio Rancho's latest state-of-the-art medical facility.
UNM Sandoval Regional Medical Center's interdisciplinary program for spinal health incorporates a comprehensive approach to achieving total spinal wellness. With an initial focus on non-invasive approaches to improving spine mechanics, our team is focused on offering the best treatments available for addressing spine problems and back pain. We have an interdisciplinary team encompassing the UNM School of Medicine's faculty physicians, allowing us to share the resources and expertise of New Mexico's flagship university.
We're always interested in improving our surgical techniques. We're always interested in making things better for our patients. So when it became possible for us to become involved in a new form of spine surgery that was pioneered by Dr. Anthony Young, a UNM graduate. We felt very excited by that opportunity. You don't have to remove any bone to actually get to the spine to where the problem is. It does not require that you have an anesthetic. You don't need to be put to sleep, so to speak. And also the pain and discomfort following the surgery is minimal, if any.
A year and a half ago, I injured my back lifting a heavy beam, building a barn. And I had an acute onset of pain down my left side into my ankle. And over a course of a year and a half, I had progressive loss of function and increased pain to the point where I couldn't walk more than 50 feet. We managed to have the good fortune of meeting Dr. Harrington. He instantly captured my trust. So I had an endoscopic lumbar discectomy in lieu of a more traditional open procedure, which involves bone resection and a very long recovery time. I believe it only took an hour and a half, and I was done. But in one day, I went from having pain nearly around the clock and unable to walk to feeling no pain at all.
We're also always interested in providing the very best type of care for the individual patient's problems. Spine problems are numerous and different. There are many places within the spine where pain can be generated. A lot of these problems with appropriate lifestyle change or appropriate exercise or appropriate physical therapy may get better on their own. But when they don't get better on their own, we're very interested in doing exactly the right thing.
What I try to do first of all is see if there's something that might benefit a patient that they haven't already experienced. Sometimes it's something very simple, but something they haven't been exposed to. And then sometimes there's a surgical solution, and we just need to figure out exactly what the problem is so that we can get a good surgical procedure for someone. The one that probably has the most long-term science to back it up is the radiofrequency denervation procedures for the facet joints of the neck or the low back. And those procedures, we know how successful they are, we know how to perform them correctly, and if you do it right, you can get somebody pain-free from specific joint pain. It has to be that joint pain for between 6 and 24 months at a time, typically. It's the only thing we have in medicine that really does that.
It's so rewarding to see patients who come in with debilitating back pain and leave smiling, able to do the things they love and have a better quality of life.
Before I have the treatment, I have a lot of pain. I mean, I can barely walk. In fact, I usually walk with a walker at home and a cane when I'm out. But after he gives me the injections, I don't even walk with a cane. It's just absolutely great.
At the UNM Sandoval Regional Medical Center's comprehensive spine program, our focus is total spinal health. If you're suffering from back pain or spinal conditions, we are here for you. We definitely have your back.
Up next, Griffin & Associates has embraced new media and they're seeing dramatic results for their clients.
Hi, I'm Michael Newman, host of New Mexico True Television, which airs immediately after Who Rocks. Here's a preview of what you'll see throughout the year on our show. So I'm wandering through these massive boulders in the middle of the desert between Deming and Silver City, New Mexico. And this landscape, also known as the City of Rock State Park, was developed by a volcanic eruption that happened 30 million years ago. And it seems like a really awesome place to go explore. You know, this place is so amazing right now because you feel like you're on like another planet. Maybe like Mars or the moon, and like you're in the middle of a crater. That's what it feels like to me. I'm stuck. City of Rocks. And look at the moon, it's right there. I can't imagine what kind of stargazing you can do in this place. Hiking among the rocks, I ran into Jake and Maggie, who were visiting from Albuquerque. And since City of Rocks allows dogs, Rosie was able to come along too.
Yeah, this is our third time camping here.
Why do you come back? What makes it so special that you come back?
It's a unique geology and landscape.
Yeah. You feel like you're a dinosaur?
I feel that way after a long hike.
Jake and Maggie have been here for 3 nights, camping among the rocks. Accommodating RVs, pop-up campers, and tents, there's a place for everyone at City of Rocks.
And the star parties too, for anybody that's...
Wait, what is this? What is that? As it turns out, with an astronomical observatory, dark skies, and wide open plains surrounding it, City of Rocks is the perfect destination for stargazing.
We've been here when you can see the entire Milky Way.
On the trail, we also met Tim Davis, the man responsible for creating the mountain bike trail that cuts through this rock labyrinth. And having put in a few miles ourselves, Jake, Maggie, and I call it a day. I mean, more than anything, the view from here is just absolutely amazing. Seeing all the flat land right outside of these rocks, it's really breathtaking. We are traveling all over New Mexico to show you all the great places to spend a few hours or a few days. Perhaps places you didn't even know existed in the land of enchantment. So join us in just a few minutes right here on KLB4, immediately following Who Rocks New Mexico, for another great episode of New Mexico True Television.
What you don't need when it's time to close your mortgage is a nameless, faceless voice at the other end of a 1-800 number. What you do need is a licensed local loan officer who will attend your closing, sit with you, and answer every one of the questions that you will surely have as you read and sign over 57 legal documents. At Frost Mortgage, we're licensed, we're professional, and we're local. We don't just close loans, we open doors.
I don't trust just anybody to work on this baby. That's why I bring my truck to American Tire and Service. They're my guys.
New tires? Why go anywhere else? I head straight to American Tire. I know I'm in good hands with my guys.
Safety comes first for me. With kids in the car, the brakes better work just right. That's why I bring my car to American Tire. They're my guys.
With my job, I drive all over the state. American Tire and Service keeps us running. These are our guys.
Make them your guys too.
Griffin & Associates has embraced new media, and they're seeing dramatic results for their clients.
So the world has moved to this device, and the stats are showing that by the year 2020, which is dangerously close, 6 years from now, over 85% of the world will be using this. And what that means is more and more people today are getting all their information. They're finding your business, they're finding your nonprofit, they're finding your event on a screen this size. So the world really has moved away from the PC and to the phone. So the first thing that every business needs to make sure is that their website is responsive and works well on a screen that is that small. The last thing you want is people to have to sit there on their device and try to make it bigger so they can read it, because if it's too much trouble, guess what? They're going to be on to the next competitor.
So one of our smaller clients, Land of Enchantment Spine Surgery, in looking at all their Google Analytics, we were really able to get in there and determine that over 60% of all the searches to their site, their traditional display site, was happening through mobile devices. In response to that, we went ahead and built out a responsive site for Land of Enchantment Spine. And the site is an exact mirror of anything that you would be exposed to on the display side. You also can search it with your mobile device as well. And we've noticed since we went to the responsive site for Land of Enchantment Spine Surgery that traffic to the website has gone up. The number of pages viewed has skyrocketed, And then also the average site duration is well over 3 to 5 minutes.
Everything really is online today, and that is great news because we can hone in and target the exact audience that we're trying to reach. So in the old days when I was in school 30 years ago, it was all about reaching the masses. So advertising was all about how many millions of impressions are you getting, and you spent millions of dollars to reach those millions of people. Today, we can hone in and reach the 1,000 people or the 100 people or the 10 people or the one person that you're wanting to reach. And you're only going to pay to reach that person.
One of the major tools that we've been using in the kind of new media world is Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising. What's really cool about those things is that they're highly targeted, and you're speaking to just the audience that you want to be speaking to. You can target by zip code, by city, by state. It's really neat, all the stuff that you can do now, and all of the analytics that Facebook has in the back end allows you to see what's working and what's not. One of the clients that we've had a lot of success with is the town of Taos. We have a sign up on their website. We also have a sign up at the visitor center so people can opt into the list. And we average about 15 to 20% opening rate with that, and probably 10% click-through rate.
So in today's world, the media is changing so quickly, and what I find for a lot of businesses and business people that I talk to is they're completely overwhelmed. They're stymied. It's like, oh my God, do I Twitter, do I Facebook, do I buy social media, do I get a responsive website, do I buy bathroom stall advertising? I'm just like, I don't know where to go next. So if you find yourself in that position, let us talk to you. We always give a complimentary consultation, can take a look at your business and your organization and help you sort through all the options and figure out what is the best plan for you.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute is changing the lives of New Mexicans who suffer from sinus issues.
Dr. Ian Alexander and the New Mexico Sinus Institute are changing the quality of life for thousands of New Mexicans, and they can change your life too. Dr. Ian Alexander is one of the nation's top sinus surgeons and a leading authority on balloon sinus dilation.
This has taken a surgery which used to take 1 to 2 hours and have lots of packing in the nose and lots of blood loss, and nobody wanted to do it. So where we can now do it is an office procedure, which takes about 20 minutes. I have people who come in after work, have the procedure, and go home, and then they're back to work the next day. You know, we essentially cut the cost in half, which means it's better for healthcare, it's better for you because you pay less money, and because we're not using the anesthesia that they would use in the operating room, really your recovery is much, much quicker. In medical school, I had a mentor who really kind of took me under his wing, and he showed me all the things in ENT, and it had all the things I enjoyed. It was surgery, it was dealing with pediatric patients. Sinus surgery, which is one of my passions, is very technical, lots of computers and devices and balloons. It's just cutting edge technology. So I just was very inspired by the whole variety that was in the field.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute has expanded to 5 clinics throughout the state: Rio Rancho, Los Alamos, Taos, Roswell, and Hobbs, bringing ear, nose, and throat care directly to patients. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 1-855-81-SINUS.
That's all the time we have on this week's show, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. For more information on all the folks you saw today, check us out on the web at whorocksnm.com. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you back here again same time next week for Who Rocks New Mexico.